that guy again. And today, I'm going to have a little interview with the Black Cowboy. Yep, the Black Cowboy. There he is. Look at that, Black Cowboy, live. You don't see this every day. Black Cowboy. How you doing, buddy? What made you start that, and why is it called the Black Cowboy?
Oh God, what made me start? Nothing made me. It's my intellect, I suppose. My awareness of my history,
right.
Black history, African history. And I kind of knew about the cowboys, generic cowboys when I was a kid, but I also knew they were black cowboys when I was a kid. Nobody else, most people didn't know until the internet age.
Okay.
So fast forward in time, when I lived in America 14 years, Texas, I was a trucker, having lived here for a long time. I grew up here basically. So when I came back, I decided to bring forth the genre, Black Cowboy genre, to publicize my coffee beans. And also having lived a kind of a semblance of a lifestyle, that kind of lifestyle in the States as a trucker, it's been my lifestyle for over 30 years.
Right.
So I thought coming back here in the UK environment where people are kind of, that is a strange thing for folks, I thought the best way to survive here is to be my authentic self.
Right.
So this is how I've been dressing, how I've been for over 30 years.
Okay.
Right? So I've lived in America, being a trucker, experiencing the full range.
You're a trucker as well?
I was a trucker, yeah, I had my own rig.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So doing, hauling chemicals and dry goods to Canada, all parts of the United States for 9 years. So you can imagine, everything you imagine a trucker to be, I experienced it. So it didn't just make me a better person, it made me through my full self, I became my full self, psychologically.
Okay.
And also it empowered me as well, because having experienced that and knowing what humanity really is about, it allowed me to be my true self. Okay. So when I came back to UK, I thought I'm the best person to make this happen, to publicize this, and make people aware that that is our history. It's not foreign to my territory, it is our history.
Okay.
So putting a cowboy hat, it's not something that is foreign to my history, to myself, to my existence, to my lineage. My grandfather had cattle back home. Okay, he was a king, so he had cattle. My dad was a banker, but when we went to the village, I used to feed the cattle. I also know the Hausas, which is a part of Nigeria, they were cattlemen.
Are you from Nigeria, right?
Yes, I'm a Igbo man from Nigeria.
Okay.
So I know that history of when they went from Africa to America. The ones who were chosen to be the cattlemen, the white guys were called cattlemen or ranchers. The black guys were called cowboys. Right? You get it?
I got that.
Right. So the ones that were chosen to be the cowboys in Texas were people who already had knowledge of cattle, herding cattle from Africa. So it was quite normal for them to take cattle from Texas to California, or and a lot of them died on the way. But that is the hidden history of the cowboy genre.
Okay.
So I'm fully empowered psychologically to bring it forward and use it as a business, because I not just experienced it, I know it's my history. You get it?
Okay, I got that.
Right.
So let's have a look at your establishment inside.
Okay, let's go in. So this is the Elephant Arcade. I used to be at the shopping center for a while, 5 years to be honest. And this is where I am. So I built myself a little Texas because I love Texas. I still wish I was back there, but then again, it's okay. Yeah, this is my domain. Over here, all of this is my little Texas shrine, so to speak. So it will tell you part of my, all of this stuff is what customers give to me. It's been when I was in the shopping center, So those are my coffee beans, which are named after my life experience. Some of them are named after my customers. Some of them are named after my life in America. Blue Bonnet is a Texas flower, okay? Tom Yates is one of my customers from here, from day one. Boca Chica is Boca Chica Straits in Texas. I used to drive a truck through that area, so I named my coffee bean Boca Chica Straits. Buffalo Bayou, as you can see, is basically Houston, where I used to live. My children were born in Houston, 4 of my children.
All right.
So Buffalo Bayou is Bayou City, which is Houston,
and serious history here.
And then Buffalo Soldiers blended, put together. Buffalo Soldiers, which are black soldiers.
All right.
And then Bayou City is Houston. So I put it together, Buffalo.
Oh, I got
Bayou.
that. I got that.
And then Mitchell Pennell is one of my esteemed customers from 2015.
Right.
So I named one of my coffee beans. I named one after my grandmother's home as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So look at this.
So it's about my life basically.
His life is here. This is it. This is the black.
And that's my Texas flag to remind me of life that I will have again.
Look at this. Right here. See, the history's right here. If you don't see it, this is it. Something new, something.
Those are my boots. Some of my boots I wore when I was a trucker. so I can afford to. I wasted at least 100 boots when I was a trucker, so these are one of the ones left.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
See, Devshot is bringing you something new, something.
Of course, you gotta have a piano if it's a saloon, right?
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Look at that.
So, that's one of my boots I wore that for a long time. It's a snakeskin boot, you know. So.
You're very passionate about it, right?
Oh, yeah, this is my life. So when you come in here, you're not just experiencing great coffee. You're experiencing part of my existence, part of my strength.
Have I got time to get a coffee from you?
Absolutely. I'll give you the best. Okay. If you notice, there's some Chinese characters in here.
Yeah.
Okay. I have I kind of grew up with Chinese people in Nigeria, so everything I've done, I'm bringing all part of my past life into Black Cowboy Coffee. So I love Chinese culture, so I have a lot of Chinese. Even the flag, my logo is based on the Chinese flag.
Really?
Yeah. So if you come around here, yeah. So this is basically my logo. See you later, yeah. So you can see the Chinese flag semblance there, yeah. Then if you go up, these are my coffee beans on sale to sell. And the great thing about here is that I offer 5 different types of beans. If you can see, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decaf right there. So you can pick which one suits your palate.
Gotcha.
Okay? And I do food as well, as you can see from the menu up here. You know?
So black coffee is not just
Black Cowboy Coffee.
The Black Cowboy Coffee is all going on here.
Yeah, it's all about my experience in America. So it's kind of like a pseudo-American kind of a thing, food-wise, you know, and also some British, you know.
Here he is. Look,
Okay.
look at that.
You can see I've got some of my excerpts from my cartoon. So when I was a kid growing up in Nigeria, we used to have cartoon characters when chewing gum wraps from America. And I loved using that as a money exchange with my fellow students. So when I started my business, I decided to have my own cartoon. So these are little excerpts from my cartoon characters, you know. I grew up in Elephant and Castle, so I did say something about Charlie Chaplin and Michael Caine, who were born here, who were, you know. So this is the future Elephant and Castle. The cowboy character, Xavier, actually goes between time zones in the future. So this is him in the future, yeah. Yeah. Little place, well, a big place where you go eat a big steak, you know. It's called Big Tex. It's, you know, so that we have something called Big Tex effigy yeah. So I decided to do my own Big Tex.
I love that.
You know, here, and that's an image of me, you know. So, okay, I'll do the dark roast for you then.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. And that's the one from Indonesia, Micho Penel. That's the one I named after one of my customers.
Okay.
So Micho Penel from Indonesia.
That's it.
Okay. Because, you know, cowboys are tough, right?
Right.
I'm not going to use a push button thing. So it's all manual, and it gives you better extraction, better coffee extraction, better than the Costa Coffee and Starbucks stuff. So it's almost nearly 100% extraction.
Proper.
Yeah.
Cups here, there's
So,
Black Cowboy on them.
yeah. So you want it straight black, right?
Yeah, straight black.
Okay. I call my straight black, not hey presto. A bit of Elephant and Castle in newspaper down there.
Okay.
So Xavier, the character, it's actually a real life story of Afro-Brazilian African.
Right.
But I don't want to go into his story, but I'm using his life with my image to bring his story forward, and also to brand my coffee, and also to have a comic book. So that's one.
I love that.
And this is an image of me in Amarillo, Texas. So like I said, I used to be a trucker. So I used to deliver to this military unit.
Right.
And they would take forever to offload me. So I would sit out in the open without a fire, of course, just eating my food from my truck and my coffee. These are some of the 3 characters my customers I used in the comic book. So you got Micho Penel and Tom Yates, and then Xavier, me. So these actually, they're living here. They're British folks. Okay. But I use them in my comic book, and I use them in my coffee beans as well. You know, so Tom Yates and Micho Penel happens to travel in time back on it. So this is him. Yeah, this is him in coming back from a session with Genghis Khan. Okay. So he kind of showed up in Texas, just popped up in Texas, and then he's got this crazy cowboy is trying to corral him,
Okay.
you know, and that's him trying to on top of his coffee beans.
So, there you have it. Devshotdesign brings you something new, something fresh, something different. Today, it was the Black Cowboy. Yep, Black Cowboy. Something different, something fresh. Follow me, subscribe, watch, see. I show you something different, I'll bring you something different. All the time. Devshotdesign. Yeah, follow.